Anyway, welcome to this week's stream. Today we're playing a game called Dauntless, made by Epic Games, I guess, because for some reason my Epic Gamer account is in this. Well, there's the PS4 account, not like the one I played Fortnite on, which I'm not gonna play, by the way, because it sucks. I just don't like it. I'm more of an Apex guy, but this game is made pretty well. Anyway. Oh. Sorry, I'm also trying to do this again because I'm not really that much prepared for shit. Anyway, Dauntless is basically a game about hunting big angry monsters. Like... Give me a sec, I don't think you all want me to hear me double, I guess. If I do this and go to Mastery, you'll see we need to fight against all these things. Sure, some of them might not seem that creepy at all, but there are some which are annoying. Like the electric version of the quill shot is annoying. Basically because of the reason it makes turrets. Sure, I can take Hanger, I guess. I haven't really fought him. Is that the dark boss? Anyway, yeah. This whole game I find very fun. Like, you can fight all these guys. Oh wait, here it is. You have Quillshot and Nagyaza. That's the guy I meant. He can shoot turrets. But you can fight all these bosses, sure. Some of them might look the same, but they're not. Each time you go up, let's say, I'll show you. Like, I'm in the middle game, like in neutral, I have the lesser Gnasher. Then we have the Gnasher. Then we have this and this. It can go all up to, let's say, 7. It is pretty cool, but also a bit difficult. Like, you also need to get in-game resources, which you can just find in the game. Some you find far more than normal, like ores you find more in the desert. You find more mushrooms in the thing, and you need mushrooms, trust me on that, because otherwise you can't make barrage grenades or special potions. Anyway, the weapons that you can use in this game. I'm using Onus of Boreas, just because, well, I'm more of a sword guy. Like, the fire sword, every 7 slash I do 100% part damage. This thing makes frost sprites, which do more damage. This thing, every time I dodge, I get a part hit damage boost. And I'm also using this axe, but it's a bit difficult to use because you need a perfect slice. The hammer, which is basically the unholy combination of grenade launcher and hammer. Whoever gets that hint gets a cookie. But yeah, it is pretty strong. It does damage hard, but slow, and can stagger enemies. We also have these things, the dual scythes, which I really don't get. They are strong. They are good for fast engaging, but I can play with them. And the one I found the most confusing, spears. Spears are basically the combination between spears and RPGs. The more energy you turn into these things, the more stronger it gets. And the more stronger it gets, well, it shoots a bigger blast. And one of my absolute favorite weapons, Austrian repeaters, which is basically handguns. Sure, now you're thinking, yeah, it's pretty easy if you can just do it long range, boy. Just like no damage at all. That's where you're wrong. If that was the issue, any noob could just pick these and just become OP. Here is where the fun begins. With these things you actually get rewarded the closer you are. If you reload while you're in their face, you gain an extra damage boost for a set amount of time, which gives you enhanced abilities like a super buff for your whole team or a super rocket. You can customize however you want, which is pretty nice. Yeah, you also have armor, which is basically like if you watch my Destiny videos, every armor has its own power against. Like, I'm using a complete armor set that cancels each other out. Now you're thinking, that doesn't make sense. Actually it does. If it cancels each other out, which is basically like the stock armor, you don't have any weaknesses, but also not really any power-ups. Like with this sword, I get Iceborne, which gives me under 50% HP, gives me 10% damage decreasing. This armor piece on the head gives me extra lantern, which is basically what I'm going to talk about next. This thing gives me, when I get shield, I can share it to my other guys, but it's not really that strong. This thing gives me rage, and I got a lot of it, which gives under 50% HP plus 20% damage. And more dodge. You also have cells, which is basically like enchantments. You can set like up to 2 on your weapon, but 1 on your armor. Which is pretty good. Onto lanterns. Lanterns are basically what makes your guy your guy. You begin with Recruit's Lantern, which is 50-50 if you ask me. Like, I really don't get how it works. Anyway, it gives you an instant 50 shield hit points that don't go away, but they can't stack, which is unfortunate. It is good for the beginning, which can give you a little bit of a shield. You get Skarn's Defiance, which is one of my favorites. If you use it instant, which is a tap, you get like almost 4 times the times for this, and you get a super defense. But if you hold it, you get a shield which can damage everything around you, which is good against Frost Behemoths because it can break you out faster. Strike Seal, more movement speed and attack speed. Ambleman's Rapture, the instant attack 30% damage, faster damage. And Hold is a fireball creation, which is basically a landmine that explodes in 5 seconds. Now, here is something on my personal opinion. If you don't use Loosened Cell, then you're stupid. Because this thing, if you read it, let's see where it is. I'll do it like this. Like, this gives me basically this. Your flask is over 20 seconds, which is a regen, but 20% increased healing. It is a risk to use because you can't go in and out of fight that fast, but it is OP because you gain more HP, less problems. And with this, you also gain extra 5% of the HP healing. I also started because once per time I don't want to get staggered. Anyway, that's enough talking. You also need to progress with quests. You have the Hunt Pass challenge, which is basically like a battle pass. Oh, I thought, never mind. You can do these once a week, and you can get stuff for like this. Like, you can get a few cool cosmetics, which are pretty cool. Like, I would like, maybe the gloves though. You also got like a lot of stuff like Sword Trough Smoke, Assassin Strike Signal Flare, emotes, beacons. You get a lot of this. Although there are only a few, like if you look at this thing, they stole that from Fortnite. Well, yeah, it is epic, so they can do that, but still, there are only a few things I would really like. Like, I would like to get, well, this I can get. That I can get, more nades I can get. Where is it? Ah, here it is. I wanted this. It's basically breakdancing with flowers, it's nice. But I also wanted this and actually this because it's basic for landing. Anyway, we've talked enough. Let's go to a mission. Now, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Blaze. Also, I'm doing this so no one can hear me in the game, otherwise we get problems once more. Now we wait. But yeah, you can get titles, banners, signal flares, which you can buy. I only have the one. I want actually this one. This is banana. It's just like, this is Sparta! Still, if I get enough of it, like let's see, 25 extra, that means I need to be 32 so I can buy that one. Or maybe, I don't know, like Hunter Rifle. Well, I'm not really one of those. I might just go for a signal flare like Banana Boy, because that's a fun one. I might actually do that because there aren't really any more other choices for this in that. I'm gonna take my meds real quick. Also, next week I'm gonna do something special for y'all. Ooh, that's not good. Ah well. Anyway, I am gonna do a special game in Apex with my squad if they're online then, or maybe this weekend. For whoever has a PS4, you're well. For whoever I see first in the stream then, and needs to be PS4 player, just set your PS4's name on it, and I'll add you, and we can play it together. It's just a little bit of a contest, I guess. Anyway, Dauntless is also a cross-platform game, so whoever has it on the PC, you can see this username and not add it, because for some reason PS4 is being stupid and it can't add it with Epic. So send me your Epic Gamer yeah, Epic Gamer name, and I'll add you. We can play this together. We can get to shredding. Break glowing healing skill that the pick is a crazy movement. Oh! Anyway, I haven't really done this boss. You can see because of my weapon's power. Much better. As you can see, that guy on the left, it was a cool intro. I don't have that, unfortunately. Now we jump down here, and we get to searching. They won't give it to you on a goddamn plate. You gotta see for it. Sorry. I just need to set this thing a little bit brighter than I think we should. Anyway, on your journey, you want to get as much of these resources as you can get. Even though if you have like 100 or 1,000, get these things, because you're gonna run low on them anytime soon. Anyway, Omni Stones and other stones are basically used in all types of grenades. Like my barrage grenades, which are basically my go-to nades, because I have 30 of them. Anyway, in front of us, holy Jesus. I might lag a bit, to be honest, because this is the first time I'm doing a stream on this. I haven't really done a test one. It just looked like my first enemy in this. I should have equipped my fire armor for this. Anyway, what you always want to try and do in this is try, if you have a sword like me, you see the left. Holy Jesus. That was awesome. But you want to try and perfectly dodge. You take it with 2 attacks, then dodge, another 2, then dodge, and just keep repeating that. It's one of the easiest ways to block most of these guys' attacks. And here's my special. Ooh. Damn it, almost hit him with that. But yeah, like, using the Lucent Cell like I'm doing is also a bit of a bargain. Since, well, if you don't get instant health back, which these are for. Grab a bit of those and you're ready for it. Also, sorry if the stream is lagging for those who are watching later. Okay, you had your fun. Oh, I got one charred tail plate off him. That's one of my missions far done. But yeah, I never really fought this boss. I don't know what to expect. Come on, move it. Move it. Got him. Like, this is all new terrain for me, so bear with me. Still, these kind of enemies are always hard. Like, it doesn't matter if they're tanky as hell. They also have slow attacks. Alright, let me regenerate a bit. Stamina tonic. Defense tonic. Let the bitch just run. Oh well. That means he's at least at half HP. Some guys, like him, if they attack fast and have high attack damage, basically they're a glass cannon. But if it's the reverse around, then he's basically a juggernaut. Like, you won't get, I don't think you'll get against people that are just full on damage and defense. That's just impossible. Also, if you're on this map, always go here. Redwood, I mean the red mushrooms, are the hardest thing to find in my opinion. Like, you need like at least 3 of them for 2 grenades. And vice versa for other stuff like Frenzy tonics, Speed tonics, Blitz tonics, a lot of tonics. Tonics are basically potions, so why do so hard about that, huh? But there's basically 2 standard things you always need. For potions, you want to get this plant, the Sky Bloom. It's basically the most common ingredient in the game, which you'll need for a lot of your potions. But anyway, if you're not fighting humongous fungus monsters in angry monster mode, you get to see the second best thing is against the oven. I think that's the environment. It does look nice. See, that guy has the battle pass. Get back. But like, I've also got a few questions why I'm not playing Fortnite anymore, which looks like 2. I'm just not playing anymore. My PC can't handle it. Well, not can't handle it. It just straight up is being stupid to me. Like, every time I join a game, the ground just doesn't load. Oh yeah, I forgot. This guy's basically an unholy combination between all of them, I think. Excuse me. Stop doing body slams on me, you stupid. Like, these, just saying, I never fought these guys. It's a bit hard for me to just slam away like I normally do. Like this. Full power. Yeah, yeet. Also, each weapon has its own effect. Like you see with ice, it slows them. which gives you more time to get in some pretty sweet hits. But still, after everything that is past level 5, get the full set of armor. Because without the full set of armor, you basically become, well, like, you get more resistance against all its fire-based attacks. Ooh, nope, denied. Now I'm getting some hits in. Yeehaw, bitch! And that was with only 3 people. Anyway, charred brown plate, check, sky bloom, blaze orbs. That's enough to power up my fire weapon right there. That one good. Yeah. Now just waiting until the game's loaded again. And if we look at the quest log now, yep, means only a frost to kill. Helion, frosting, check, check. Almost done with that one, just need to do that one more time. Like, the game is mostly about quests, but I'm not saying they're especially boring. I want this one, that look nice. Yeah, like, also, the fastest way to do the thing with the hunt pass is to do these hunt pass challenges. These give you 150 heart seekers, which is basically what you expect. Otherwise, it's a bit tricky. Still, it's basically 600 each week, which means 6 things per week. And for the hunt pass, you have, let's see, 6 per week, 7 days. That means 30, 36 levels. I am 12, so that means I'll get at least here if I do this each week. And I can get these last few in with just playing. Easy done. Wait, was that ice? I'll see in a bit. If it's ice, I'll just equip my fire weapon with spin attack. Like, the attack you saw me do at the end of the battle isn't something you equip get right away. Ooh, Ember Main. Meh, I can deal with that. Like, this shit is my best equipment. Sometimes you just need more fire. Sorry about that. Alright, let's see. Cry of the Strike. And then instead of this raid shell, we'll get the level 3 one for more damage done. Like, this whole set gives me more defense against fire. Even though my set bonuses get lower, it's better than nothing. Like, it's actually pretty strange. Like, you hit ice enemies with fire, expecting them to melt. But it's also the reverse way around. You need ice weapons to deal with fire enemies, which is kind of strange. Always check. Like, also if you do this, and you can do this an infinite amount of times. Like, he just sucks it out of the ground and just magically pulls it out of his butt again. Still, even though you have the materials for shit, doesn't mean you need to use it all on the same thing. Like, just make like 10 or 20 of something, and just go back to the guy who makes them a lot. It might get a little bit annoying at some time, but it is one of the perfect ways to not use too much materials. Also, there are some bosses that are just basically annoying, like what I saw from the Russian Badger, yes, the guy who plays Rainbow Six. His last video was against Angry Monster modes, and he was fighting against a guy who could just basically manipulate darkness around him, make clones and shit. Even though it was a small thing. Also, I saw that flare, so we're going there. There is an easy way to spot those guys, like, just, if you use the oxygen repeaters, which is good, you can basically just keep shooting at where you see where they're coming. If you use the hammer, you just need to have perfectly timed attacks, otherwise you'll dead. Also, one of our guys left, GG on that bitch. Like, the hammer main has medium HP, is super fast, but doesn't do a lot of damage, as you can see. Just stand bloody still. Like, it's just annoying that they can just knock you back like that. I don't have my stagger thing right now, so it's a bit hard to not get angry about some shit. Like, you also, if you fight monsters long enough, you'll notice what their attack patterns are. Although some of those attacks you can't stop mid-rolling. Shit, I double clicked by accident. Like, look at this, now he's going fire mode, which means he's going to add fire to all his attacks. Basically, this is something especially for him. Excuse me, you're in need of a barrage. Also, using fire against fire is not really the smartest plan, but it's a bomb. And it's one of the best ones I have because it increases my attack speed a lot. Much better. Although I would wish that this thing could make you fireproof and all. Even though I have a less, like a 10%, like, if when he does that, that's ether chain, which basically like a stat boost, like a level up from this. But it's up. Well, for those who know Dragon Ball Z and shit, it's basically like a Kaioken. Use it, you can use it for a while, but if you get damaged enough, like he is now, he will go out of it. It has a time limit, which makes it unreliable. Although, on higher difficulties, they have a permanent mode of that, which will be annoying to deal with. God damn it, stand still! That's it, speed boost. Yeet. Bring it. In the zone, mate. If I had a hammer at that point, I could just smack his head. No, yeet! The hard part about that attack is that you don't move that fast while using it. If you could just stagger him. Healing up. But if you look at this, look on the left corner, it heals me slowly, but it is better than just normal using it. Yeet! Look at the damage. Here's a little tip. If you're fighting against this guy, the direction he runs in, just use that. It's basic knowledge. Whoever doesn't get that is just an idiot. Also, those things in front are that giveaway. If those things pop up, you know where they are. Here's Johnny. Also, always if you find it, shoot a flare or two, so bitch. And another one. You keep using heavy attacks. You need to learn to set these light attacks a bit more. God damn it, he killed himself. You can also revive your friend's health a lot, but only up to 3 times, and then the effect becomes lesser. Which is why I recommend, oh now I see he's just AFK boy. Well, just using the medic cell. It basically, if you have it maxed, you do a lot more healing than normal, and with a decreased reviving rate, so it takes lesser time to do it. Seriously, now we're only with 2, because this guy's just an AFK boy. And we're in water. Now he can die for my sake. Oh, so now you're awake. Every time I also break a part of his body, like his horn, he basically staggers for a second, which is good in my opinion, because then you have a free hitting chance. Like I said, even though the Austin repeaters are not really for long range, they are basically user-friendly for if you don't know what to use that much. Setting a bomb. Yeah, I probably should have switched to the standard attack, but once this thing hits, it does so much damage. Maybe just against everything that isn't an Ember main or a Shrike, this attack could work. You see, each time you break something, you staggers for a few seconds. Although, to break shit, you want to use, maybe want to use hammers or axes, use something with a bigger attack power. However, I'm more of a swords guy, like I said. Come on, move. Like, their speed is just so much that I can't do a precise aerial strike. Oh yeah, right. These guys have the ice nades. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, yeet! How you like that on for size, you big ass wanker? The Ember main check. And we got a lot of blaze orbs, which is nice. Now I can upgrade my fire sword. Now let's go to the fire boss. A good thing about the ice bosses, they aren't really that fast unless you're fighting against the ice screeve, the ice bird. Although there are some which are just annoying. If they make an ice version of that hedgehog in this, not Sonic, but you know what I mean and shit. If they do that, I'm just seriously gonna just facepalm myself into oblivion. Let's see.
Always good to see you, friend.
Let's see. Fire sword. Oh yeah, right. I already had that thing up to max damage. How about my armor set? It could use an upgrade a bit.
Oh hey, Slayer!
Yeah, only my helmet needs an upgrade. At least we're powered up now. Like, I might just try and get some Charrock armor, because this helmet is good. Like, if I got a fireproof combined with this thing, it gives me 30% less fire damage, which is pretty nice. I don't know if it has to do with leveling them up, like this thing has a 1, this thing has a 1, but these things have a 2. Or, wait, what? No, it's a 1, and that other thing has a 2, I forgot. Damn. Anyway. Let's switch to the Amber Cutlass. Technique cell. Wild Frenzy cell. Mobility cell, I need evasion cell, like usually. The fiery breastplate can then get well, maybe another of these. Like evasion is kind of good because it makes it easier to dodge. Alright. Lucky for me, I can just switch back to my stock armor. So I need Heart of Stones, Boreal Might, Fire Greaser check, and Drake's helmet, which I skinned as a nice fur helmet, because I'm me. Anyway, now we have the damage and the Wild Frenzy. Wild Frenzy is basically my ace in the hole, because heck, who doesn't like speedy attacks, boy? We'll do this one and then I'll just stop the stream for a while, I think. Like, this was just to show you guys how I personally think about it. Like, it is a great game. It is fun to do. I don't see people just trying to no-life this, because you don't get anything better out of it. I just hope I can get those Infernal and Cold Snap grenades, because I used almost all of them. Can I say I love nades, baby? Like, Let's see, Fire Greaves, Tough Cell. I just need a top level 2 or 3. Like, you can use like the standard Gnasher armor, like that thing. Basically, that ups your damage and it gives you a 50-50 chance. I'm getting actually critical damage, I think. Yeah, but take my advice. Sometimes combined armor, even though it looks ugly, can do more shit than the rest. Because, like, look at mine. Etheric Attunement, more Lantern on hits. Guardian, shield I get, others also get it. They buff me, they also get buffed. Rage, more damage. Evasion, easier to evade. Like, most people think, sure, well actually it is true what they think. Like, a full set of armor against one specific enemy, like a fire or ice, is good if it's against his elements. It can really upgrade your survivability, but against neutral, or if you just can't, use a combined armor set, or just use whatever you can, and then just use an element power set that doesn't block that power up. Like, if you're going against an ice enemy, equip ice armor, and then not to fire armor on it, because that just downs your power and shit, or your defense. Yeah. Like, if you can't find the behemoth, look for the ether well. Also against, I don't know against which one we're going right now. That's my main problem. And again, World War 3. What do I have with 3s today? Oh yeah, right, I don't have that. I move equipped on this, and I'll show you what the stock ult looks like. Like, this guy is just annoying me, because he also has an added ice element to his attacks. Except for the twister, that's just snow, you see there. Come here, boy! I'll show you what this ult looks like. It's basically ether mode. It basically powers up all your attacks and gives you a little bit of a dash trick, which you can use to close in on an enemy, like this guy. Which makes Sora one of the real OGs of this. Although, I do like my spinning attack more than I like this. Real quick. Also, don't be afraid to use as much healing. The Slayer's vials, like the healing thing, just your health potions. You have an infinite amount of them in your inventory, and you just get them back every time you complete this. Or either you die, or you. Just every time you get back to your social area, you get them. Don't these guys know how to freeze someone out of ice? Here's a little tip. If you find someone stuck in ice, give them a whack, will ya? So in electricity, well actually, this isn't really that much of a cool fight, so I'll just go give you guys some tips. Like, each enemy effect is kind of different. Like, frozen, the ice enemies speak for themselves, and the same for fire. But the rest, I don't think so. You see, the Terran, like, and with Terran, I mean the Earth enemies, have this special thing they call wounded. Which is basically the same as if you do wound damage on them, because it's not really that much of a difference. They can do the effects, but they can do it more frequent than you, which is kind of annoying. Anyway, yeah. Let me just get back to slicing real quick. Like, Terran, like, it only works the wounded if you have low stamina. Then it will start to damage you, and it will stay on low. But like with electricity, god damn it, stop freezing me, you bitch. Anyway, electricity stops you from interacting with anything in your proximity, like items, using the ether well to heal yourself up and your lantern fill it up. You can't use any items, any healing, any nades. Look, now he's running. Same thing as with the Amber Main, just see where he's going and follow him there. Easy. But like, anyway, the electricity is one of my most hated things, because most electricity based bosses or behemoths can just spam that effect all over you, which means you can just easily die. Then we have, let's see, there we have that. What do we have more? I think we then have Darkness, which I don't really know. I haven't really fought a Darkness based boss yet. That's, I think, after you've done this arc of this. But I think it basically gives you blindness, which is kind of annoying. Nice shot. You also don't need to look exactly at them, just you need to time their attacks. If you can time their attacks, you don't really need to look. You can only think of whenever the attack is coming to you. It's basically knowing the enemy, which is also basically the only way you can, I guess, win raids in Destiny. Just getting bored out of hell and just following one simple plan, not like really thinking about, heck, maybe we could do it this way, or maybe this way. No, you need to have a strategy for it. And I get that. You need a strategy for a lot of things to make it easier, but like, at least give us the element of just doing our own things. Open is er. Mom. Opa is er. Okay. Sorry about that. I also need to check on the house sometimes. Like, you get the ability to make your own choice in the game. You can just go with this load, go with that loadout. Like, sure, those guards are only there to help you, and you might find your own attempt on it. But if someone from Bungie or so whatever just sees this, and why am I flying? Yeah, like make like I don't know, like a special raid which doesn't need any strategy at all. You can just do it free for all style in some way. But also make it a little bit cooperative. Like in each room you go, there's a special switch which one of you needs to turn on. If you do that, you will gain. There will be more doors open, which each give you an own challenge. Like you can just choose whatever type you want. It doesn't really need any strategies, except them for the buff, of course. Like, just make it like you. Oh crap! I'm out of potions. Just like make it that like in the end, in the last rush, you just need to grab a lot of orbs. And that you have an infinite time for it. But if you don't, you'll just keep healing and it's just an annoying boss. Like just one for every time, but the higher level you are, the better the loot will be. Just saying, like if they would make something like that, sure, it would then only just be normal. But like also just make it like there's also a special thing where you compete with other guardians. Just saying, it would be a nice thing to use. But that's only my opinion. Let's just go back to this game. This game alone. Yeah. Yeet. I'm not dead yet. Just annoying as fuck. What anyway? Yeah, like in this game also with every weapon, and I know I'm just like, you can just think of me as your personal guide to victory, I guess, or just personalization guide. I always need to do this. Come on. Your guys' time is not up yet. Just learn how to fucking fight these things. That's it. I'm just... Where's the well? It's all up. How convenient. Boost! And that's how you do it. You big ass bitch. Yeah, this team sucked as fuck. But like, you can just pick any weapon. Swords is basically for medium damage, medium speed. Pikes high damage or low damage, fast. Axes and hammers, slow speed, massive damage. And if you time it right, you can just keep them staggered forever. The guns are if you want to make a medium approach. And then you have the things, the sights for basically between all of that. Like, they can do heavy attacks with a big sweeping, which is pretty strong.
Well done, Slayer. I could use your assistance. You have behemoths to slay.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's about all the quests I can do for today. I will get better in this, get stronger, and get some friends to help me out. And also try to get the quality better, but for now, let's just get to upgrading. sure, I hate these things, but you also need to upgrade whatever you can get, because sometimes they're just some of those stupid missions.
Keep your guard.
Like just kill an enemy with this, kill an enemy with that. Ice armor. That'll do. There's some charge jog. Well, that's all the time I have for today, unfortunately, because I'm going to my next school. I need to do some shit for that. It's gonna be hard. Anyway, if you have looked this far, congratulations. You are a real dragon gamer. Like, from my old squad, I guess. Anyway, if you all enjoyed what you see here, please take the time to like and subscribe. That would really help me out in the future. And, well, that's about all the time I have for today. Also, one thing. This armor set I have now is only my personal opinion about this. If you want to get something special and looks silly, just do this. But it helps out. Also, don't do drugs. Well, see y'all later.